It was Pride in West Hollywood this past weekend. I was there, Amir was there. It was a really beautiful celebration, but it was not a parade. This year it was a resist march, and I want to read the mission statement from the people that organized the resist march, a little bit why, and then I want to talk about our experiences and why celebrating Pride, whether you're an ally or a member of the LGBTQ+ community, is so important. So this is from the people that organized Resist March LA. We are calling on everyone to peacefully march with us on June 11th from Hollywood and Highland to West Hollywood. Instead of a pride parade meant to celebrate our past progress, we are going to march to ensure all our futures, just as we did in 1970's first LGBTQ+ Pride. We are going to march in unity with those who believe that America's strength is its diversity. Not just LGBTQ+ people, but all Americans and dreamers will be wrapped in a rainbow flag, and our unique, diverse, intersectional voices will come together in one harmonized proclamation. So I will be very honest, there was definitely some pushback when they announced that it was going to be a march and not a parade. And I think that there was a little bit of confusion on what that meant and how that would look. And I think a very concise way, I talked to RJ, who you guys might know from What's Trending, he's a YouTuber. He was one of the organizers of Resist March, and he sort of summed it up very concisely to me when he told me about that they were gonna be doing a Resist March. He said it's a parade is passive, march is active, and they felt that this year it was so important to take an active stance to stand up for the rights of so many diverse Americans. And from when I was there, just listening to all the speakers, it wasn't just about, it's not just about gay rights. That is just one part of the big rainbow. What a great metaphor. Gay people nailed that one. We're talking about people who are suffering from transphobia, people who are suffering from xenophobia, racism, sexism. These are all people that fall under this umbrella.
Marginalized
that are marginalized people that the LGBTQ+ community wants to stand up for, and it was incredibly moving. And I think that I am a really positive person. Pride for me is my sort of I do refer to it as my Christmas. I look forward to it every year because it's a time not to like be very like flaunty. It's not really about that. It's a time to gather with my friends and just to feel the community that I am supported, because when you're a gay person, you're a queer person, a lot of times you look for that. You're a kid, you're growing up, you're like, will I ever have this community? Will I ever have these people around me where I know that I'm accepted? It's an unspoken truth that I am understood, I'm okay the way that I am. And it's great to have this one day of all my friends getting together from all different walks of life, from all different sexualities, all gender expressions, all of that, and just being like, we're cool, we got this. So I was nervous that it might be sort of an angry day, like angry marching, and that, I don't know, I wasn't sure how I would feel about that.
Quite the opposite.
It was so the opposite. And also, it's okay to get fucking mad sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was planned perfectly in the sense that we got to hear from people who are being affected by a lot of what this administration is putting in place. Laws that are being rolled back in states, in regressive states, like we were marching for our brothers and sisters in Alabama and Mississippi, and people who just want to go to the bathroom in the bathroom of their choosing, and we forget about that because we live in a very safe bubble. And it's okay to be mad, but they also had some queens from RuPaul's Drag Race lip syncing for their life. It was a great representation of, I think, where the queer community needs to be. We need to be mindful, we need to support each other, we need to think about what is left to do, the fight that is left to go, and also remember those that came before us that allowed us to have a march in the first place.
Yeah.
We don't think about the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands of people who lost their lives to HIV and AIDS as the government ignored that anything was happening.
Yeah. It seemed to me that it's becoming more active, and like maybe I'm wrong here, but like for a while it seemed like there was a period where it was just a big party, just to like even get this out there. It was like kind of like coming out. Now it seems like everyone knows what they need to do, at least more and more, and we're getting out there. We're actually making some like political action out of it.
Right. It's now we are no longer afraid to come to the streets and gather together.
Right.
That said, now we need to mobilize.
Yeah,
what are we doing now that we are gathered together?
Before.
And to that point, Amir, I was getting kind of ticked off at some people yesterday because I really don't like when straight people, not all, I love many straight people, when straight people view Pride as their party, as their Mardi Gras. And there was, as I kind of predicted, some of that yesterday. There were people hitting me up being like, hey, where's the party? Where are we turning up today? As I'm like wiping tears from my face, listening to America Ferrera talk about, who dreamers are in America. I mean, people.
That's not the point. This isn't
it's not the
a prop for you to like go out and like get wild and have fun.
And it's also not it's not, you know, I really don't like when sometimes when straight people will dress up as like, okay, it's Pride, so I'm gonna dress up like a gay person sort of thing. Like I'm gonna wear a little bit of not that much clothing and like I'm gonna be really fabulous for the day. I don't know. I did feel like
you would never normally wear.
Yeah. Fortunately, I felt that the majority of the people that I was able to sort of celebrate and march with and break bread with on that day, I felt that we were all sort of on the same page and our hearts were in the right place and we were very supportive. But then there were a couple people that I just didn't text back.
Yeah.
That were like, "What's going on? Like, how drunk are you?" And I was like, "Not drunk. No, not
I know, you
not
guys
drunk.
had some like very good-looking waters at lunch. I saw that.
Yeah. So I feel like it was very short-sighted of me to have sort of. I kind of went into this hesitant. I wasn't sure, why do we need to have a march and not a parade? And I think that was dumb of myself, and I totally get it now. And I feel more fired up than ever to be more active in my own community. And that's something that I struggled with for a long time. I know that I'm like very butch and like out and proud and dykey and all that stuff now, but there was a long time when I didn't have any lesbian friends. And I would say that was intentional because I was like, I don't like lesbians. And my friends would be like, why? You're a lesbian. And I was like, oh no, I just don't like them. And it was because I wasn't accepting of myself. And so I didn't want to associate with other people in my own community that represented the same way that I do, and it's so unhealthy. And now I'm happy that I'm getting to a place where I wanna lift my brothers and sisters up, and that's what Pride is all about.
Yeah. So let me share like how I felt about it. Like,
yeah, I was so happy you showed up, man.
Yeah. So first of all, like I love it because it's the right thing to do, and it's the right side of everything. On that note, I'm like, it's not completely selfless for me. There's definitely like a selfish aspect of it, and that's participating in these kinds of things. It makes me feel good because I just feel better with people that I've always felt their whole life that they're different. Whether you're gay, whether you're black, whether you're Middle Eastern, whatever. That's where like I've always felt like I fit in. And I feel like there's like two different ways to think about it in life about other people that are different from you. One way is that you completely push it back and you're disgusted by it and like you want to fight it. The other way is you look at it like, hey, I'm kind of a weird person myself. I'm different. Like I have my quirks and whatever. Why wouldn't you love other people that are also that way, the same way?
Yeah, well,
does that make sense?
It does make sense because I think there's sort of an inherent compassion in the queer community because we know what it feels like to be othered.
Yeah.
And so. And this is a blanket statement. I'm sure there are many people that suck that are queer. But what I find at Pride is that you find a belonging. You know, I mean, I made a friend yesterday at Pride. I wonder if Q is even watching, who watched TYT and came up to us, and then we ended up having lunch together and joining the group. And I think to me that's what Pride is about, where you can be friends with anyone. You meet each other and you want to understand each other. You seek to understand and be compassionate, empathetic to other people in different walks of life, and not to ostracize someone for something that you don't understand.
Yeah.
And that's just, yeah. I always feel so enthused after Pride. I'm happy that it comes in June because then I think it just sends me off in the right mindset for the rest of summer and for fall. And I want to find ways, and this is why I want to start volunteering more. I want to find ways to stay this fired up throughout the year because I always feel better when I'm supporting my community. And I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you guys do to stay fired up? Do you like Pride? What are you doing for Pride this year? What do you think about a march versus a parade? If you are queer, I just want you to know that I love you. This community is awesome. We all support each other. Yeah, happy Pride. Love yourself, love each other. And we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.